so who cares? Why not do your own thing and let them say what they want?
Hello guys, what's up? Okay, so I just got a DJI Osmo 3 and that means that I'm gonna be trying out new content because as you guys know, if you followed me long enough, which a lot of you probably have, thank you so much. Every time I get a new piece of equipment, I love to just like reignite my passion for what I do because honestly, I really just love trying new equipment and like improving. It's an addiction, honestly. But the reason I got this was because the last video I made before this chronologically, I don't know if it is upload wise because I do have one going on called What to Do If You Have a Small Penis. But the video I did about how 2025 was the worst year of my life or whatever, mainly talking about how I can keep positive, even in tougher situations relative to what I'm usually used to. That camera, my Canon M50 Mark II, I think it was, literally died after the battery died. Like I was never able again to make it take a battery. So crazy, so weird. So I decided to upgrade to something. It's like a downgrade in quality, but an upgrade in portability, which is something I really need because traveling with that handheld M50 with the mic on top, with the handheld thing, even though it was a lot smaller obviously than my main camera, it just wasn't small enough. And I want to start getting into trying to make more content and getting rid of anything that is prohibitive in doing that goal. So today we are just going to get ready for my live Twitch stream, my Twitch live stream, I mean, and I thought it would be fun to sit here and talk about something that I had on my mind. So other than random health updates, I'm going to go ahead and talk about, while you watch me get ready, overthinking. The difference between being tough mentally and tough physically. I watched this video this morning by Dry Creek Wrangler. I always have a hard time saying Dry Creek Wrangler. Is it Club? Dry Creek Wrangler. That guy, he's very adorable, older cowboy type guy. He talks about all kinds of things. He has like a channel kind of like I used to have where it was like a philosophical channel, but he's like an older guy with a totally different mindset from a totally different place in life, and it's super cool to hear all of his perspectives. And I like him a lot because not only is he like charming and adorable, but he also has a lot of very interesting opinions that I feel like align with me pretty well. The first step in my makeup is to put blue on my lips. I know it looks crazy, but it will make sense. Okay, so Dwayne from Dry Creek Wrangler School. It was school, that's what it is. He makes these really fucking great videos. They're kind of like pull yourself up by your bootstraps videos. They're very male-centric, but it's a lot of stuff I agree with, and I just enjoy listening to him because he has that great accent and, you know, has a lot of interesting opinions, and it's really cool to see like a boomer like that get on the internet and start doing like boomer advice because I feel like today's children, I don't know if I've gotten old enough where this is my opinion or if it's something that a lot of people kind of share as a sentiment, but I feel like young children these days they're very coddled, they're very entitled, they're, you know, they don't work as hard. The pendulum swings back and forth every single generation, and I feel like I identify more with the older generation than my own or than the newer generation, but I feel like that is just the plight of every single aging person who has generations both above and below them. I don't know. But he was talking about in this video, and I'll try to remember to link it in the description, the difference between mental toughness and physical toughness. And before he even said it, I was thinking it in my head because I was going over this idea in my head as he was talking, and he says, and I agree, that there's no such thing as physical toughness, right? Like, other than your body breaking down and you just dying or something, it's all about your mental fortitude, and I totally agree with this. And then I started thinking, see, when I take this off, I now have like a lip stain on my lips. It's super cool, right? And then when I wipe my lip color off later, because like obviously I'll be sucking on things, you know what I mean? And doing all this other crap, like once I fuck up the lips, this stain color is still kind of there, and I have like really white lips to start with, so I like to add a stain. Next, we're going in with the lips, the face stuff, dude. I don't even know what this is a very weird format for me. I feel like I'm stuttering and having to restart my sentence every 5 seconds. I don't know. Maybe I'm just not. I'm not in the right headspace to do an impromptu video like this while also doing my makeup. When sometimes I'm actually really good at that. I was thinking about the ways in which I am mentally strong, and I was thinking about that in contrast with the ways that my boyfriend Hunter is mentally strong, and I was thinking about how cool it is that we're kind of opposites in that regard, because I would call us both mentally strong, and then there are different situations where we are specifically mentally weak, different from each other, if that makes any sense. Hopefully I can still do this whole getting ready and talking at the same time. I think I just need to forget that the camera is there because it's not a camera-shaped camera, you know? Like, let me show you real quick. This is what you look like. You are not a camera-shaped camera. You are odd, okay? And I think it's throwing me off. But I'm gonna have so much fun taking you on hikes and outdoor adventures and traveling, and maybe I can even do some workout content or something. And of course I'm gonna use you for the spicy side, so make sure you go over there because all of the money that I get over there is how I survive, and if I'm not surviving, I'm not able to do this channel. So if you like this channel, that's the best way to support because YouTube will not let me be monetized under any circumstance. I actually tried again recently and they're just like, nope. They're like, we usually get back to you within 30 days. They got back to me in 1 day and they're like, absolutely not. So whatever. I am very mentally strong when it comes to not giving up. I'm doing my whole body because I can't put spray tan on because I'm having some kind of weird reaction last time I put spray tan on. I think it was because I used an old dry brush. Things just keep piling up. I swear to God, I can never be just like fully bodily healthy, you know? Like my stomach's feeling better now, but now I got this weird dot thing going on all over me, so I'm trying to be the same color, and that's where I'm at right now. For instance, I am really good at not giving up in a video game. I think I learned this either when I was younger or when I started actually playing Dark Souls 3. So when I'm streaming on Twitch, which I'm gonna be doing after this, and I'm playing a Dark Souls game where there's a lot of deaths and stuff, I will often have a death counter, and my death counter on some of the bosses like Sister Freed, which was like a, I think it was a Rings, I forget the actual name of the DLC, but it was like a DLC boss that was like super hard and optional, I believe. And I think I got to like 200 deaths in one stream on that bitch. And it was like, you know, is it insanity that I can just keep sticking to it? If I know that I can do it, probably. There was this one time also, I went to one of those like fun places that you would take your kids where you like do the little jumping on the trampolines, and then they have like other things, and there was this rope ladder and it looked super easy. Just it was like a horizontal-ish rope ladder like this, and staying on that rope ladder all the way to the top was for some reason so impossible. And I did like 50 tries on this thing. It was hard because when you fall off you gotta climb out and then you're doing it again. You gotta like tense up all your muscles. It's basically like doing a mid-air plank and making sure you don't flip the rope upside down and then fall off. And I did it until I could do it because I knew I could do it. So my mental fortitude is there as long as I believe in myself and know I can do something and know something was done by someone who I guess I believe to be less capable than I am. Obviously there are limitations, and this is where the physical toughness comes in, because like if I'm just not physically strong enough to do something, then obviously I'm not going to be able to do it, and I'll probably be like, I don't really think I want to keep trying this because it seems like I can't do it. But there's such a realistic, in my opinion, threshold that I have in my brain for what I can and can't do that I'm never like, oh my God, this is so annoying, I can't do it anymore. In fact, I don't even get frustrated truly when I go into a Dark Souls boss and I die in the first phase when there's like 4 different phases and I know each try takes 20 minutes, right? Like, or even when I get really close to the end. I've gotten really, really, really close to the end before, and I just end up dying, and then I know I have to start this 20-minute process again, and I know that in the first phase I got lucky, and am I gonna get lucky again to get to the 4th phase? Like, I am not flustered by that, and I think I always tell myself, and it's like a natural habit, I've been trying to learn better habits of talking to myself, because while I'm not mean to myself ever, I often get into thought spirals, overthinking spirals, and I'm gonna make a video soon about why I actually now had the epiphany that overthinking can be bad, because I know a lot of people would be like, Tara, you just overthink, and I'm like, how could I be overthinking? I'm planning. Like, dude, like, we'll get into that later. But I do get into these overthinking spirals that are unhelpful, but I don't for something that I know I can do. And it's usually something that's just like a repetitive motion, trying to catch something, or trying to learn to move my body in a certain way. I'm just very confident in knowing that I can do whatever video game there is. And the one time that I can think of that's very similar to this, where I did not know that I could do it and therefore I did get flustered, was playing StarCraft 2. I don't know if you guys have been following me that long, since like, what, 2013 or something, but I was really big into StarCraft 2. My dream was kind of to be a caster, and to be a caster you kind of have to be good at the game. You don't have to be phenomenal, you don't have to be like pro level or anything, but I wanted to be, you know, platinum or or diamond or something so that I knew enough about the game and was good enough at the game to be able to talk about it well. I wanted to be able to do the job that I wanted well, obviously. And getting out of silver even. So it goes bronze, silver, gold, platinum, diamond. I ended my career at platinum, but I hold it really close to my heart because for me, it was so hard. Like, I didn't grow up playing computer games. My first computer game was when I was like 17 or 18. I was playing World of Warcraft, and I would always keyboard turn, and I had no idea how to do that shit. But like, I just really got it in my head that I really wanted to be a StarCraft caster, and I loved it so much, and I pushed myself. But there were times when I would cry in frustration. I would get really fucking frustrated that I felt like I could not do a certain thing, which I started thinking, well, I'm not Korean. Well, I'm already like 26 or 25 or whatever, 23, whatever I was back then. So, and I'm female, and I never played keyboard games, and I'm using the mouse with my right hand, but I'm naturally a left-hander, and I knew some pros that were telling me you have to switch, but when I switched, it felt so fucking weird. So I had all these reasons in my head to believe that I couldn't do it, and that definitely held me back, and that I think was the limitation of where I think I am mentally strong. So I am not mentally strong when I think I can't do something. Another way in which I am not mentally strong is in the face of sickness and stuff, because I have fear. So I think I've broken it down to, if I truly don't believe in myself, which is something I can change. I should probably just like start talking better to myself even when I don't believe I can do it. I should start saying I can do it because other people have done it, and just like, I don't know if I should put myself up on a pedestal, like I can do anything I set my mind to or whatever, or if that would be like just too unrealistic for me to grasp. But I think that one can be fixed, but I don't know how to fix the second one, which is like when I have an intense fear, which always crops up with health related things. So I am intensely afraid of losing my like ability to like move around, my ability to think, my ability to be myself in the capacity with which I believe constitutes myself. I know everyone has like what is you? Is it your mass, your body mass? What if that changes? What if you lose an arm? Are you still you? What if you lose your brain or transplant your brain? All of that philosophical shit. For me, it's when I feel like myself, you know? And what makes me feel like myself is being able to think critically and to be this kind of person who likes this kind of like critical thinking stuff, the philosophy stuff, to be able to just have cognitive function and have this, I like this personality that I've built. I like who I am now a lot. So I would constitute that as feeling like overall myself. When I like my personality, I'm sticking by my values, and I have cognitive ability, and then also being as hot as I possibly can. Obviously there's some things like age or health or whatever that limits me, but like I always want to be the hottest and the healthiest that I possibly can. And if I'm not doing that, or if I'm not that at the moment, then I feel less like myself because I'm not living up to my values. The value being always being as healthy as I possibly can and being as hot as I possibly can, because I do think life is more fun when you're hot. It's not as like shallow as a lot of people think. I just feel so much better when I feel good about myself, and I think that's the same for everyone. And then I feel so much better when I'm like lean and fit and strong, because obviously then I can do more of my hobbies. Day-to-day things don't tire me out as much. So all of that stuff's really, really important to me. If anything comes into the picture that threatens to take that away from me, that is when I get like really scared, and that is when I don't have mental fortitude. So I'll go on to these like really like fear and worry induced spirals that I'm trying to get out of now. But that is when I don't feel mentally strong. And I think over the last 6 months, that is where I have certainly not been mentally strong. And I think if I asked Hunter this question, like, do you think I'm mentally strong? I feel like he would probably say no. And that's because his mental fortitude is pretty much opposite of mine. So he is really good at doing the avoidant attachment thing where he like pushes everything down. He doesn't ask anyone for help. He kind of puts it in the back burner of his mind. He doesn't even know like he needs anything. He thinks like needing something or having needs is like not good for you or weak or something, you know? But where he sucks is he gets flustered at literally everything, and he lets things give him a bad day. Like just like traffic and stuff. When I get in traffic, especially these days, and there's like tons of traffic and I'm not getting anywhere, and I'm like, oh my God, I got 30 minutes till I can get home. I'm already tired. I'm literally thinking, thank God I am not the person causing this traffic. Thank God I am not the person in 110-degree heat who is sitting on the side of the road with their car, maybe even hurt. Maybe someone they care about is hurt. Like, who gives a fuck? I'm sitting in my car. I have music that I love blasting. I'm making a comfortable environment for myself. I put the top on my Jeep so I don't fucking die of heat stroke. Like, I'm okay. Even though it's annoying, I'm gonna chill chill and I'm gonna get through this because I know I can, and I'm just grateful that I'm not the person creating this horrible traffic, aka a Californian. But he is not one of those people that's ever gonna spend more than like 3 tries on a video game. I swear to God, like, we've played like the new Mario games and the new Donkey Kong games. Say you need to do one of those like rail car courses where you can't control the rail car speed or anything like that, so you can't slow down, but you can do like jumps and stuff. Let's say we're doing that in a Donkey Kong game. If he misses like a specific star, he has zero intention to go back and try to be a completionist. And on top of that, if we decided together we were going to be completionists, he'll give it 2 tries and then be so angry and so sick of it. He'd be like, I'm over this. A good example of this is we were picking something with a bunch of options. I can't talk about it right now. Something cool coming on the horizon. My life right now is a whole amalgamation of really tough things and really amazing things. And I don't know how I feel about that. I'm just trying to like ride the highs and become more mentally strong during the lows. But we're doing something cool right now. We're picking some stuff. And he literally like chooses a couple colors or something or a couple shapes. And then he's like, all right, I'm over this. And doesn't want to do it anymore. And it's like, don't you want to like kind of get a better idea of, you know, what we want instead of just like guessing because you're tired of like looking at it? That's how I would spend days or hours on like a character creation in a video game, choosing colors and boob size and eye slants and trying to make my character in a FromSoft game not look so Asian. But like he is just like over things very quickly. He has that like old Jewish anger that I think he probably got from his dad, where it's just like things really fluster him. And it's not like usually the stuff that flusters other people either. It's like the small stuff. I don't know, someone thinking bad about him, or if he's in one of my videos, like having a bad comment about him. Like he doesn't give a fuck about that shit. A lot of people do really care what other people think in that way. He is not like that. But I just think it's kind of interesting that we can compliment each other in that way. And now that he's like kind of learning and understanding me a little bit better, he is a lot better at calming me down when I'm having a panic attack because I think my stomach has stomach cancer or some crazy shit, you know? And he inspires me to not push everything down like an avoidant and, become sick from it or whatever and burn myself out. But like he pushes me to actually just like calm down, think, remember that worrying doesn't do anything for you. And, I try to remember all of the logical stuff, but it really is some of the like dialectical behavioral therapy type things that help me the most, which is like try to think gateway good thoughts, because you can't think life is perfect for me and everything is going to be perfect and I'm perfect. You can't think that when you're at a low, right? So I try to do transitional thoughts. Like I think about what good there actually is that I believe is good in the day. Like yesterday, crazy peregrine falcon just in our backyard. It was the one day out of the month that Hunter was home, so we were having lunch together, and it was just the coolest experience. I brought Eve over and Eve was able to watch it, and we fucking both love birds. We love taking really early morning walks because sometimes you do get to see like a falcon or a hawk out, and like that was such a good thing. And reminding my brain that good thing happened if some other bad shit happened in the day really helps reframe the whole day, and it takes me out of the worry spiral. And I've been doing the name 3 things you see, feel, and hear, or whatever the fuck. I've been doing that to try to get myself back down when I'm like feeling really stressed or really annoyed. I started this day literally so angry because I have this crazy rash all over my body after having the stomach issues, after having the allergy. This doesn't appear to be allergies. I think I literally just got a heat rash while I put on my spray tan, or like I did something to my skin. I don't know. I'm not sure what it is, but it doesn't seem life-threatening. It doesn't seem to be linked to allergies, but it just feels like one thing after another. And if my brain starts thinking, wow, it's just another one thing after another. How long am I going to be bumpy? I look like shit. This is fucking annoying. I just want to be in a better body. Like, I often think I just want to be in a healthy body again. Like, what the fuck, And I get these little glimpses of being healthy again or being normal again. And then something dumb happens. And even that little dumb thing, like 2 years ago, if I had gotten a little like skin rash for like 3 days, I would be like, oh, that's funny. I'm such an idiot. Like, what did I do? But now it's like, I just started feeling like my stomach feels better, and now this again. That's what you reframe. You reframe it to, I don't have stomach issues right now. I'm drinking coffee again. All of my labs came back good. Like, I traded this scary allergy thing that hasn't happened to me for 6 months, so I feel like I'm in the clear, and this scary stomach thing that hasn't happened to me in a few days, and I just went back to normal and got off meds, and I feel fucking great. And my endoscopy came up clear, and my blood work is perfect once again. I really should be hanging on the fact that that part, the scarier stuff, is better, rather than being mad that I'm a little itchy and I have these like dots that I have to like kind of cover up on my body or whatever. I like having a plan, so if I don't have a plan, I will spiral. It's just, I think it's good to have a plan, so I allow that part to stay with me. But like, I need to not let, in that time from now to Tuesday, my brain go into these like, oh, it's so ugly, or oh, I feel so itchy, or like, why does this always happen to me? I need to not think about that stuff. And that is how I'm trying to reframe cognitively so I can become a little bit more mental fortitudious, if that's even a word. All right, I hope you guys enjoyed this talk. I do have to get going. So I'll do a little B-roll to end this video of me going to the stream and maybe streaming later today. That would be kind of cool. If you guys want to follow me on Twitch, it's twitch.tv/TaraBabcock. Let me know what you think in the comments. Where are you mentally strong and where are you mentally weak? What are the things that can trigger you and how can you improve it? Maybe you're opposite of me. Maybe you're the same as me. Maybe you are mentally weak in both aspects. I do recommend watching that Dry Creek Wrangler School. Oh, I almost said it right, but I could hear my mouth blitting up. I do recommend watching that video because he gives a really good example where he was the older guy in the situation, but he was the more strong-willed guy, and how your strength of will can actually pull you through a lot of things that you technically would be too weak to do. I really believe in that. I think a lot of people, their only problem is weakness of mind. So I would like you guys to reflect and think about that on your own. Now, enjoy me fully done with makeup. Bam! And now I get to use my only fan, almost dropped it, to set this whole thing. Oh yeah, get me baby. Ooh, cool, good enough. Bam, hair down. Let's get in the Jeep. Say goodbye to the baby before we go.
It's you. Look at those feet. You're gonna sniff the camera. Even though I am late to the stream, this is always worth it. Okay, bye baby. I love you.
See you guys next Tuesday. And I'm finally done with this vlog. Don't forget to like the video, subscribe to the channel, and let me know if you want more of these daily vlog type things with a topic. Bye.